Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I want to talk about 6 inks that I think you should try. So we've all got our favorite inks, and these aren't necessarily like my favorite. I just think these are inks that if you haven't tried them, it could be interesting to try. So some of these are relatively well known, and then there's a couple of like kind of exclusive-y kind of ones as well. So let's start at the beginning of my list here with a Diamine, and that Diamine I've chosen for this is Kensington Blue. Now I've got each of these inks on a colouring card, and I'm going to quickly show them here, and then I'm going to show them on some Tullamore River and some Rhodia as well. But Kensington Blue, I just have it in the simple 30ml bottle at this point. I'm still working my way through that. Then that's one I'm definitely gonna get in the 80ml bottle because I use it quite a lot. It's just a really lovely blue. It's a sort of a slightly lighter everyday blue, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I actually quite like the fact that it's sort of got this slightly warmer, dusty tone, and just sort of slightly lighter than some of the other blues I use every day. The next ink is a Robert Oster ink, and that is Sydney Darling Harbour. Now, Sydney Darling Harbour was I think it was the Sydney Pen Show exclusive, named by them. It was a colour created by Robert Oster, and it matches kind of perfectly with Sydney Darling Harbour. In the review of this ink, which I'll link to below, I show a picture of those two next to each other, like the ink and then the actual water, and it lines up beautifully. So I've got it here in the standard Robert Oster 50ml bottle. Love it, love it, love it. And there are a number of retailers that sell that ink now. The next one is another blue, and this is sort of like more an everyday blue for me. It's a little bit darker, and that is Ackerman No. 5 Shocking Blue. Now, this is a really great ink because in writing, you get the blue with the little hits of red, and then if you use it for like artwork or if you're swatching and whatever you use that for, you get some lovely sheen. You get a little bit of sort of that blanket sheen across the ink, but not enough so that you can't still see that it's blue, and then lots of the nice copper red when it hits the light. This comes in one of those awesome bottles, and this is the box, and this is the bottle. So it's got one of these ones with the marble in the neck, so you tilt it up, fills this like little compartment there in the top, you dip your pen into there, you can fill it, and just really cool bottles. And I love the Ackerman bottles a lot. I'm actually going to review that ink and a couple of other Ackermans later in the year. The next of these last like standard ones, and by standard I mean like readily available, kind of from retailers and stuff like that, is a Wearing All ink. I reviewed this, I think it was last year, off the top of my head. This is Lost, and once again, this is the beautiful little package it comes in, with a very nice smaller bottle. Just a beautiful sort of light green, grey, tealy kind of ink. And one that I find really beautiful, and the shading is lovely. And I think Wearing All inks are starting to get a bit more attention, and this is one of those ones that I think is very special from their lineup. Now, the last 2 inks on this list are, as I said, sort of more, not necessarily custom or not like exclusive, but well, yeah, they are. So the first is this. This is Van Dieman's ink for Flywheel, and this is Rust Brick Red. So Van Dieman's ink is a Tasmanian-based ink manufacturer, and they make a huge range of inks. And they partnered up with Flywheel, which is a retailer in New Norfolk, just north of Hobart, northwest-ish of Hobart, to create 3 inks. And this is the red one, and it's like the beautiful store of Flywheel. If you're ever in Tasmania, go to Flywheel. If you're online, buy from Flywheel. They are awesome. Got a great range of stuff. A lot of their letterpress stuff is beautiful. So this ink is really nice. It sort of matches a lot of the red brick of their building. It's got a little bit of sheen on it and all of that kind of thing as well. Just lovely. This is the very nice, simple packaging that the Flywheel bottles come in that sort of standard Van Dieman's ink bottle, which is a familiar bottle, which we're about to see on the next brand as well. And that final ink today is this. So this is Kiwi Inks, and this is one of their custom inks, and I've named it Hurricane Purple. Now, for those of you not familiar, Kiwi Inks is I think a US-based company who make super nice inks. Once again, a really good range of really interesting colors and with different nice sheening properties. And you can actually when you buy a lot of their inks, you can determine, you know, how wet you want it to be, and they formulate it for that. It's all sort of like small batch stuff. But what you can also do is you can basically give like the color code, like the, you know, the I can't remember the name of it, but the code you put in to find a color online, and they will produce an ink to match that. So I picked a color that reminded me of my favorite cricket team. Now, Hobart Hurricanes, Tasmanian-based cricket team in the Australian Big Bash League, they have a purple uniform. And so I decided to get a purple to match that, and there's a little bit of gold sheen there, which is nice. And they absolutely nailed it. It looks great. It works beautifully. One of my favorite inks from the last few years. I should say, this is, once again, there's that bottle, the same bottle as Van Dieman's ink used. It's a available bottle. They put a little swatch of the ink on the label there, and it's very, very nice. So once again, check them out. Now let's look at them all on Tomoe River. So here I have the 6 inks I've chosen to talk about today on Tomoe River paper. Now what I will do is as I talk about them, I will show a color corrected image over here on the right. So first, Kensington blue. Now as I said, this is a lovely, warmer, dustier blue. It shades well, it looks very nice here on the paper. And I think it's got a lovely, slightly lighter quality, which I find really appealing. Then Sydney Darling Harbour, beautiful sort of green there with these lovely grey undertones, and as I said, matches Sydney Darling Harbour absolutely perfectly. Shocking blue, lovely sheen, lovely rich colour, beautiful performance. Ackerman inks, now whether they are made by Diamine, I actually don't care. They have a quality control over their products, and I think that Shocking blue is one of their absolute best inks. Then Wearing All Lost. Beautiful shading, lovely, sort of different colours sort of coming through. Wearing All make really interesting inks, including that beautiful Jekyll and Hyde set, which I thought was just absolutely fantastic. Then we get Van Dieman's ink, the Flywheel exclusive Rust Brick Red. Now check out these inks. Go onto their website and check them out. I'm not affiliated with this company at all. I just really love what they do, and I love the quality of their product, of these inks, and they look great. All 3 of them are beautiful. But yeah, lovely browns and things coming through in that lovely red. Okay, and then finally, Kiwi Inks Custom Hurricane Purple. You won't find this color, as I said, on their website, but if you look at the review of this ink, I include the code if this is a color you're particularly keen on getting. But it's lovely. It's got lovely rich violet colors and not too much blue coming through, which I really like. So that was the inks on Tomoe River paper, and now let's quickly just see them on Rhodia, just so we see how they perform on different paper. Once again, that Kensington blue looking beautiful there. Lovely warm sort of dusty tone. Sydney Darling Harbour looks great. Nice lighter shading here coming through, which is nice to see, and I think it's got a nice level of shading, this ink. Ackerman number 5 Shocking blue looks beautiful, rich, dark, sort of, as I said, a really great everyday ink if you're looking for something that performs well and just has a little bit of pop on it. Then Wearing All Lost, nice light color here. It looks lighter here than it does on Tomoe River, and I'm not upset about that. I think it's just a beautiful ink, and sort of see that green shading coming through there in the swatch. It's absolutely beautiful. Then Van Dieman's ink, Flywheel Rust Brick Red, very nice, good rich tone. And then the Kiwi Inks Custom Hurricane Purple. They're once again looking beautiful with the bit of sheen popping up here and there, and yeah, just a lovely ink, and they all perform really well. So if you're looking for inks that are a little bit interesting, away from your standard blues and blacks and things like that, obviously everyone is going to have a completely different list of this, and I could create this list over and over with different inks. These were just the 6 that came to mind when I thought, you know what, I want to make a video about some inks that I really enjoy, that I think other people might want to know about or have a look at. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe and all of those kinds of good things. And if you've got products you think I should be looking at, let me know. If there's a way you'd like to support the channel, get in touch, and let's see what we can do. If you've got inks that you think people should try, drop them in the comments below. Let me know. I'd love to look at them myself. So thank you for watching. Enjoy your inks, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.